Hey, MCE crew, let's talk Turkey. Not the bird, the country. See what I did there? Anyway, I'll be here all week. Try the veal. We're going to talk about this financial crisis that they're going through. Now, the people of Turkey are out there. They're trying to buy electronics as a hedge for inflation, hedge against inflation. So much so that Apple said, whoa, wait a minute. We're going to stop sales in the country for the time being till this currency fluctuation starts to abate, slow down. We're also going to talk today about Goldman Sachs and what they had to say about Omicron, the Omicron strain. You've heard about it. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Omicron is out there. It's going to get ya. All right, so we'll get into that and a couple more items in a minute, guys. Okay, guys, so what can we learn from what's going on in Turkey? First of all, what is going on in Turkey? Well, the Turkish Lira is under pressure right now for a variety of reasons. Chief among them is the fact that Erdogan, the leader of Turkey, has decided to cut interest rates fairly drastically. And what he seems to have forgotten is that, I don't know if the man took a macroeconomics course, I don't know who he consulted with, but to his defense, kinda, we are in uncharted territory. When you shut down a global economy, you don't know what the hell you're going to get. So I'm sure he's got his economists and whatnot, and they thought that maybe they could stimulate their economy, rev it back up with low interest rates. But instead, they're looking at devaluation of their currency. And maybe they were looking at the United States of America and how we roll. You know, we do stuff like spend trillions upon trillions of dollars without consequence, without immediate consequence, because there will be consequences and repercussions. As you know, I have said many times, check out the goat. There he is. I've said many times, and I continue to say, that the United States dollar is going to lose its reserve currency status by the early 2030s. I've become more and more confident of that fact, of that assertion, rather, with each passing day. Okay? Because of the way we spend this money. Just got finished with a multi-trillion-dollar bill on infrastructure. We're going to do another one right behind it. We don't even use the word billion anymore. We just talk in terms of trillions, trillions, trillions here in America. These guys know they can't last. I think, personally, what the people in the United States are doing is they're doing the equivalent of, like, if the Titanic is sinking, they are taking a big old tablecloth, wrapping up the silverware, and, you know, silver teapots and platters, and they're taking it with them, jumping into a lifeboat. So we talked about how to look at Congress and how they invest. Go back and watch that video. But getting back to the people of Turkey, they are going to Apple stores, trying to buy electronics as a hedge against inflation. Now, at first I looked at that and I said, maybe they got some resale arrangement lined up. But I don't see how that would work in Turkey, because Turkey's not some country that doesn't have the availability of goods. They've got access to apple.com just like we do, okay? So, looks like they were flying to those Apple products as a hedge against inflation. Get some electronics. And I'm going to tell you why it's a bad idea. Apple comes out with new products every year to replace the one they came out with the year before. So once you buy the latest and greatest Apple whatever, it's losing value, because the market knows that they got something better on the shelf next year. Okay? They already got it. You know, it's not like they have to develop it. They're sitting on the shelf right now. That's how they roll. Don't believe me? Read Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. That's what Steve Jobs, that's the path he put them on. So, the Turkish people, I say to you, and look, we don't have any subscribers from Turkey. I would love to have some subscribers from Turkey. We've got subscribers on 6 continents. We just crossed 700. Very grateful for that. Turkey, hit subscribe. I want you guys over here because I want you participating in the comments and letting us know how the world looks financially from where you are on the ground. We don't want to hear from these fools in the news media. We want to hear from real people. So, Turkey, come on, hit subscribe. wherever you are in the world, hit subscribe. We want you in this community. What the Turkish people need to do is they need to take a look at those hedges against inflation that have stood the test of time. Okay, what are they? Well, we know very well what they are. They are gold, they are silver, they are real estate, they are hard assets. And you might say, well, look, I don't have $250,000 to go buy a house or an apartment building. I get it. And while that is certainly one option, another is a real estate investment trust. You could do that. There are all kinds of ways to get in on the appreciation of the value of real estate and get in on the income associated with real estate. We've done videos on that. Just look into it. As a hedge against inflation. If the thing was valuable 2,000 years ago, it's probably a good bet now. For example, gold. You have, and I tell the story often, how gold is or was used to preserve value in the Roman Empire, in the days of the Roman Empire. Hell, they dug up the pharaohs, and what did they have? They were adorned in gold because they knew that that was a valuable substance. Okay, so there are things that you can do to, here in America, over in Turkey. That's the beauty of it. Gold is something that we all find valuable. Give a damn about your nationality. Okay, show you guys something in a minute. We'll lean to. Looks like kids were practicing on how to put up a shelter. A little lean-to shelter. Looks like they might have had to try to get a fire going. Good for them. Real estate, gold, silver. Remember, silver has a ton of industrial uses. Okay, especially in electronics. So don't go out and try to use the latest and greatest cell phone or mobile phone, iPhone, smartphone, whatever you want to call it, as a hedge against inflation. That's not going to work. But those constituent parts that make that thing work, like silver, that's probably a safer bet. Okay. All right. So that's something that I don't care if you're Turkish, you're American, you're from the UK, Australia, wherever you are. And I know a lot of people, a lot of the cultures out there, like folks in China, they like to collect gold jewelry. And now, I typically don't invest in gold that way because jewelry has a premium on it that is not intrinsic. Okay, so somebody puts their name on it, like Tiffany, they've got a premium on that you can't convert into value oftentimes when you need to. So if that's all you can do, if that's all you can get your hands on, then, you know, buying as smart as you can would work. But when we're talking about gold, there are exchange traded funds out there. We've done a video on that. There are other ways that you can get in on the precious metals game. There are also the coins minted by governments. The U.S. Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint. Go take a look at that. Those are ways you can get your hands on gold. Now, I wouldn't suggest you store gold in your home. You might want to use a safe deposit box or some other secure way to do that, so that you won't have to, you know, invest in ammunition or as much in order to keep your gold safe. All right, let's get on to Goldman Sachs and Omicron. There was this movie back when I was a kid called Transformers. It was an animated movie, and it was 10 times better than the crap that they produced with the live action Transformers. Anyway, there was a character in that movie. He was a villain. His name was Unicron. And the first thing I thought about when I heard Omicron was Unicron. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Well, Goldman Sachs has come out and said, calm down. Wait a minute. Okay, it's not as dire as the media would have you believe. Okay, because remember, the media's job is to sell fear. It's nothing but fear porn, man. Okay, when you turn on the news, that's why I don't watch it. Look, you got people that they put up, like let's take Wolf Blitzer on CNN. He's been on there for a long time. Wolf Blitzer. He's got the perfectly coiffed white hair, and he's got the glasses, and they put him up like he's some erudite, ultra example of intellectualism. Go watch this fool on Jeopardy.
The 1850s saw a bad one of this 5-letter word that refers to an economic crash and the fear-driven rush to sell. Wolf.
What is a crash?
Nope.
Okay. Let me show you how smart he really is without the teleprompter. That's what he's good at. He's good at reading from a teleprompter. In the management of these news agencies, local and cable and, network, all of them have a mantra. If it bleeds, it leads, people. That means the more horrendous they can make the story, the more fear they can pump into it, the better chance they have of getting ratings. Remember, the news business is just that. It's a business, okay? And they have to get eyeballs on their news station in order to sell advertisement. All right, so if it bleeds, it leads. So they came out on this past Friday. I don't know when you're watching this, but this past Sunday now. On Friday, they came out, said Omicron was out there, played it up like it was the worst thing. They used that. It's the worst. It's the worst. We all gonna die. That type thing. And the stock market promptly dropped. I have a friend who, this guy, okay, he's in the financial services industry. He's a nice guy. But during the crash of 2020, when we had all that crap go on with the markets dropping because of the shutdowns, because of these geniuses that shut down a global economy, that guy, and I will not say his name because I want to protect his anonymity. Anyway, he just went crazy. Sell. You ever see the end of, look at the chickens. You ever see the end of Trading Places? Yeah, well, he did one of those numbers. Sell, Winthorpe, sell.
Idiot, get back in there at once and sell.
And what he ended up doing was convincing some people, I hope not many, to lock in losses. Now, him and I got into a back and forth during that time about what should be done. I said, well, you should just not lock in losses. If the company was a good bet before the bottom dropped out with this announcement, then it should be pretty decent once we figure all of this out. And, if it is the end of the world, then selling my Apple stock is probably not going to do much for me anyway. So I'm going to hold on to it. In fact, I'm going to look for bargains, and I'm going to make some purchases. And that's exactly what I did. And guess what? Well, you know the story. It worked out. Market came back. Remember, we've been through world wars. We've been through presidential assassinations. We've been through attacks on our nation, Pearl Harbor, 9/11. And it didn't kill the stock market. It's still going strong, okay? And yeah, it takes dips, thank God, because if it didn't, then we'd never get, it wouldn't be affordable. We wouldn't be able to buy in, okay? Talk about the 1%. Anyway, Goldman Sachs has come out and said, hey, calm down. Just calm down. Separate the emotionalism from common sense, okay? Now, I listened to a doctor over in South Africa, and she was saying, yes, it's definitely here, but the cases I've seen, and this is that doctor speaking, she said it was been mild. So it's a serious situation. We want to protect life and health, but it's been mild, okay? People are not turning into zombies. And guess what? My wife, she said, we were looking for a house many years ago. And there was this nice house, man. It was in front of, there was a cemetery behind the property, okay? And she said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to move into any property that is in any way connected with the cemetery. So I said, why? I said, hey, look, we don't have to worry about a Walmart in our backyard. She said, nope, I don't want to do it. Now, my wife is a huge sci-fi fan. And after some more investigation, she said, I just have these visions of zombies. These people rising up out of the grave. So I said to her, I said, look, if that would happen, it really wouldn't matter where we lived, okay? That would be a serious situation no matter what. So anyway, people are not turning into zombies. Omicron is here. And guess what? Omicron's going to be just one of many iterations of this illness. But if the stock market is going to drop by 1,000 points every time we get news of it, then you better be ready to buy. Do your due diligence, okay? Because the dollar, if you're holding dollars in a savings account, you're losing money fast, okay? Very, very fast. You're losing purchasing power. So that's not an option. You've got to preserve your buying power. And beyond that, you have to get your money appreciating and generating income, okay? So that's really all I want to talk about today. Again, Turkish people, subscribe to Money Changes Everything. I would appreciate it. We'd love to have you, okay? Guys, we just crossed 700 subscribers. Very happy about that. Very humbled by that. I mean, blown away. And again, we're on 7 continents. Now, we're not a big channel. We're not big at all. But think about that. People around the world are consuming this message, and I just think that's fantastic. All right? So, guys, look, enjoy your day. We're going to be coming at you with some really robust content here soon, talking about various subjects. And we're going to actually have webinars. They're not going to cost you anything, okay, but your time. A lot of people will shirk something off if there's not a dollar value attached to it. The investment you're making is in your time, which is much more valuable than your money, because you can lose $5 today and you can make $5 again very rapidly. You spend 5 minutes, you can't get it back, okay? All right, guys, so lovely day out here. I'm gonna walk around in this orchard and just invest in my spiritual well-being. Guys, I will talk to you soon.